Every time you tell a story, it's gonna come out a little bit different, and it's supposed to. So just let go. Do the best you can. Try not to overthink it after. If you're gonna do anything about thinking about the performance, think about what you did right, or think about a positive moment. Why not? Like, wow, all right, this was a train wreck, but that person laughed at this joke, and it was like a loud laugh. So, I mean, why not focus a little bit on the positive? My name is Adam Wade, and I'm a professional storyteller and a storytelling instructor. You know, when I moved to New York, I did a lot of comedy shows and open mics. And then I found a thing called The Moth. Now it's a lot bigger, but at the time, it was just a very, very small thing. It was like a niche thing in New York City. And it was just like once a month or maybe sometimes twice a month where anyone could put their name in the hat and they'd give you a topic in advance, like a theme, and you go up and you tell a story. And it was just, it was like the community that I was looking for my whole life. Being around great storytellers and performing with them, you could only get better because of what you're taking in. And I say it now a lot, you know, storytelling is a lot of listening. And I'm still, you know, trying. I like to talk, but it's pausing and listening and taking things in. Then the learning sometimes comes afterwards when you're just kind of putting your thoughts together. What happened today, or what happened at that show? You know, I was driving the van for Conan O'Brien's show, and that was like my job. One of the upper creative people there was like, what else are you doing? And I told them, you know, I'm doing The Moth, and I explained it. And then when I left their office, they said, good luck at the Mole. And I was just like, okay, you know, now it's huge. I'll never forget, you know, the person you're trying to impress, you're driving the van, you're doing all this, and you're walking out of their office and they say, good luck with the Mole. It's a different thing. And I didn't correct this person, but it was a shot to the ego. Because I was like a pretty big deal with The Moth, or the Mole. I continued working in, you know, media production, feeling like I wanted to do something else. And I approached the Magnet Theater, Armando Diaz, and I asked him if I could teach a class. I was going to a lot of improv shows at the theater, and he gave me a shot. He gave me a shot to do a Sunday night class, 6:30 to 9:30. Sent him like a 6-7 page syllabus of the course, and he's like, I've never received the syllabus before. So that really helped, and I did that. That was like in 2009, going into 2010. And the classes just sold out. They like constantly sold out. And it was something I really look forward to, you know, and so I met like just wonderful, wonderful people. And I think that's what kept my interest in helping people. In my years in New York, so many people have helped me, and so many people have let me lean on them. And this was kind of my way. It really became like my way of giving back. I'm not an overly spiritual person, but like these miracles happen. And when I say miracles, sometimes they're extremely, extremely small. But being able to become a storytelling instructor, and been doing it at the Magnet Theater for 15 years, when I look back at my whole life, it was a huge thing. I've been doing this like a third of my life now. And it was something, again, I never expected that I'd be doing. And it was at one of my darkest times, you know, employment-wise, I was living on a person's couch and stuff like that. And all of a sudden this opportunity came, and it was like a self-made opportunity because I approached them. But it's been such a gift. And so sometimes when you're put in these positions and you have to reevaluate your life, really think hard and think about like what you want to do, and just think about taking some risks. When you open yourself up, the world can be very kind to you sometimes. And again, in a small way, but you look at your whole life, this was a small break, and it ended up being a very, very big, big thing for me. As a storyteller, if I'm performing on stage tonight, I'm gonna have a vision of how it's supposed to go. And that vision in my mind at the time is the best version. Then I get up and guess what? It's not gonna come out that way at all. It's not gonna come out at all. So when it's over, I can self-critique myself and beat myself up and say, well, it didn't come out that way. But who's to say that this way is not better? Yeah, no, I didn't think I'd be doing this at this time. But who's to say this isn't my best life that I'm leading? And through the experiences and the people I've met and the things I've done, you know, I mean, like, I didn't project this at all, you know. I thought I was gonna be the host of the Tonight Show, and I'd rather not be. I'd rather be Adam Wade, you know what I mean? I'd rather be where I am now, doing what I'm doing. In my heart, that's success for me.